Welcome to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast, where it's all about getting real around all things coaching.
And what we know for sure is that what got you here won't get you there.
You can't see the spinach in your own teeth.
And finally, hang on, because this one's really deep. Once you realize that you are the traffic, everything makes complete and unadulterated sense.
We made it. We made it. We made it. It's the last week of the year of 2021. I cannot believe it. Can you, Care?
You know, it's funny, Jen, this year went so effing fast. Yeah, I remember, what was it, maybe back in the beginning of November or the end of October, you and I having a conversation about, the holidays coming up because we were seeing all the Black Friday sales. And you're like, didn't we just do this? And I got to tell you, this year went crazy fast. And it was funny because back then, and I feel like that's a sense for so many people this year. And I remember having a conversation with somebody back at the gym back in November. And she's like, she goes, my mom said that I know this year is going to go fast. So I'm not even putting the Christmas tree all the way away up in the attic. I'm just putting it in the shed because we're going to have to take it out before you know it.
What we thought would be great fun to do is have a little reflections of, right? So it's the end of the year. It's always a great time. So whether you're coaching your clients and it's time to take a look at the year back, or for you just as a person, it's about reflecting. And Karen and I have some key questions that we love to do at the end of the year that we thought we would share with you, right? So a lot of times people will say, let's take a look back and let's look at all the things that we have done. And you may go through the calendar and you look at this, a trip here, you tried this, you did this, you said yes to this or whatever. More importantly than the things that you do, Karen and I really like to reflect more about the lessons learned and what the year was here to teach us. So we're going to share with you a few different questions for you to be able to ask yourself, and then we may even pick a few to answer. What surprised you about 2021?
Other than the fact that it went so effing fast. But I got to tell you, I don't think that's a surprise. You know, it's funny when you said that, Jen, so Jen and I go to Orange Theory and we work out a lot. And they have this thing that they call Hell Week back in October. And it's like every day you're going balls to the wall, and it's an intense 8 days. I know 7 days are a week, but it's an intense 8 days. And well, they call it Hell Week for a reason, because it's tough and it's hard. And I think that what surprised me the most was being able to take a step back and realize that, hey, you know what? It's not always Hell Week. And I don't mean in Orange Theory. I just mean it's not always Hell Week in our life. So being able to just know that we're going to get shit done, and that things are, some things might slip through the cracks at some point, but it's okay.
That it doesn't always have to be 8 days a week, 24/7, go, 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 go.
I feel like you started playing the Beatles song now.
8 days a week.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think mine is going to fall along that same line, which is not surprising by any means, right? So I'm going to have two things that surprise me. The one that correlates with what you're talking about, I would say that we started to embrace a concept which is called slowing down in order to speed up, and really being able to slow the roll a little bit in order to get the momentum that we need. Because sometimes, as it correlates to what you say, Kara, if we treat every day as, go, 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 then it's really not about being in the process. It's not about being in the journey of it all. It's not about let's give ourselves the space. I mean, we were just talking about this the other day. We had a retreat in the summer for the business where we took, I believe it was only a day of planning that laid out 5 months of work that needed to happen. And normally we're like, we don't have time to do the strategy planning. But it is critical for the business that it set us up for success to allow us to go faster, further, because we were able to slow down. And I think that has not been my mode of operation. And it surprised me on how well that concept continues to work for us time and time again.
Yeah, I agree. And that's the thing, right? For us to just take those, in that case, take a day, but even other times to just take, a couple minutes to just boom, this, instead of just going, say hello to low impulse control, to just take that time out and say, hey, where are we going? Where do we want to go?
I love it. It ties in. I said I actually had two. The other one is that a little bit of a surprise is how much of 2020 carried over into 2021 versus my personal interests, hobbies, etc. Right. So during 2020 was, lockdown. So yes, taking online art classes, other types of things came into my life that hadn't been there because of the space that 2020 created. And what surprised me about 2021 is I kept doing all that stuff I love, the artwork, the different things, which really is part of that slowing down to speed up.
And the artwork is amazing.
Oh, you're my biggest fan. I love showing Karen stuff. She's like, "Oh my God, that's amazing," and I believe her when she says it because, but it's fun. Okay, the next one I have is, what is one of the lessons that you've learned from 2021?
It's funny, Jen, because this ties into so much of one of my values of connection, and Zoom is good, right? Zoom is great. It kept us connected through the But I got to tell you, I like people, right? So, as you just asked me that, I just wrote down Zoom is great, people are better. and I just, the lesson is I want to be in person with people. I don't care where we have to fly to or where we need to go to do what it is that we do. And because we just love what it is that we do, I want to go.
That is going to be the new bumper sticker. Zoom is great. People are better. That's awesome.
Tweet. There you go.
Tweetable. And it's funny. I'm going to share my lesson learned is really about the value of investing in what we call impossible goals. The things of saying, you know what? Why not? Why can't, like when you think of and I'm not talking about just little stretch goal, but thinking the big, bold, amazing goals that you've always maybe told yourself, oh, that's not possible. I'm not going to do that. And it's really about understanding and calling it. This is an impossible goal I'm going after. And here's the result that I want. And if I am committed to that result, that we can get there. And we've done that in a couple of different areas of our life this year, that a lesson learned, our impossible goals are not impossible. It's just how you think about it and approach it. And it's about being committed to the result even more so than anything else, so that you take the right actions for it. And I think that that's shown up in a different way for us in 2021. So a last thought is the theme. What would you say was a theme that emerged from 2021?
I'm not completely sick of you yet. No, I'm kidding. So Jen could tell a little bit of a backstory on that in a sec. But I think that the theme is we got this, right? And I know that we got this, but I feel like, whatever, it doesn't matter if it's work, it doesn't matter if it's play, it doesn't matter if it's family, just we got this and we got this together.
That's awesome. I love that. That's great. So Karen's talking about an amazing card that I once gave her that said on it, I'm not completely sick of you yet, which I love that because it alludes to, I could be a little sick of you, but not completely. And it could happen, but it hasn't happened yet, which makes it super fun. So yeah, I think a theme for me that really came up was the balance of all of it, right? So if you take that we've got this and we pull in the balance that we know that we need. I mean, we got back into golfing this year. We traveled in order to go see a concert. We were able to reconnect and be in public venues with other people after the last couple of years. And it's just really, the theme is just about how important all aspects of life truly are. And no matter what, that's the good, the bad, the ugly, the expected, the unexpected, the good news, the lows as well. And the truth is that we do got it. And I think the reason we get it is because we have good balance. So
Amen, Marley.
Those are the 3 questions to ask your clients, ask yourself, what surprised you? What are lessons learned? And what's the theme that emerged out of the year? So we just want to say thank you so much for not being completely sick of us yet and continuing to listen to our podcast episodes week after week after week. We sure have a good time producing them and talking about these different concepts. We'd love for you guys to be able to leave a review for us and then share the news with others as well. So on that note, let's close out 2021. And here is to a brand new year, Karen.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast. Craving more in-depth discussions? Check out the Get Real Inner Circle with our no BS in-crowd of coaches.
Join live coaching discussions, breakdowns of coaching calls, and have some fun while you're at it.
You're going to want to go to kickstartyouredge.com/inner circle. It's time to get real.